someone please explain the point of brake checking someone? Because I just don't understand.
I hate driving in San Antonio, Texas. And I don't want to hear people being like, was on Houston, it's not Dallas. No, because you don't have to experience 1604. And anybody that knows 1604 should chill with it. Because there's construction everywhere. And it's like, you don't, there's places where
It seems like everybody these days loves to complain about their city having bad drivers. They'll say stuff like, oh, Toronto drivers are the worst. Vancouver drivers don't know how to merge. And honestly, they're not wrong, but they're also not special. The truth is, there are bad drivers everywhere. We are in a bad driving epidemic. So why does it feel like nobody knows how to drive anymore? Well, today I'm here to answer that. Is there anything you guys want to say?
No, not really.
Let's get into it. Before we get into that boring video, please subscribe, because my value as a human is tied to the amount of internet followers I have, and yours should too. With that being said, I have gathered the 4 biggest reasons why I think people suck at driving today. The first 3 are going to be a little more common, and the 4th one I have not seen talked about on the internet yet. Hope you enjoy. Most of us learned how to drive just well enough to pass the test. Parallel park, don't speed, don't kill someone, and boom, you are a certified driver. Congratulations. And you will never have to take a test again. But knowing how to drive isn't the same as knowing how to drive, if that makes sense.
That makes no sense.
No one teaches you how to merge in real traffic, drive in the rain, or keep your cool when an E90 driver is tailgating you.
Yeah, you look like
What we call learning to drive is really just the basics on how to operate the vehicle. The rest you gotta learn through trial and error and getting honked at. And this is exactly why we have so many people who don't know how to handle a 4-way stop, or why so many people are sitting idle in the fast lane. In places like Germany, it is a serious process to get your license, but over here, it is pretty much just a teenage rite of passage. So maybe people aren't bad at driving, we just never gave them the opportunity to be good at driving. Here's the deal. Strong men create good cars create weak men. Weak men, I don't know where this is going. New cars are great. They're smooth, they're relaxing, they're comfortable. But that's exactly the problem. They disconnect you from the road. Older cars, you are forced to feel the road. Case in point, my 2004 Subaru Forester feels like it's gonna blow up every time it hits the highway. But new cars, they give you a false sense of confidence. They make bombing down the highway at 100 feel like a Sunday cruise. It's almost like we've engineered the danger out of driving. People don't check their blind spots. People don't look behind them when they're backing up. People don't even bother to keep in the lane. The features that allow these to happen are great, okay? Don't get me wrong, but they create a false sense of security. The less effort requirable driving, the more it feels like a background task. And that's exactly when mistakes happen. Not because people are reckless, but because they're numb to the fact that they're driving 4,000-pound vehicles at 100 kilometers per hour. So maybe it's not us that are bad drivers, but rather these cars are too good at making us feel like we're not driving. Driving used to be a full-time task, and now it's a part-time job. Be honest with me, when was the last time you actually just drove? No music, no phone, no nothing. Just pure, raw driving. Probably never. The truth is, phones are in a constant fist fight with driving for our attention. And what's worse than these phones is the screens they're putting in these cars now. No longer do you just look down to change your radio. Now your AC's on there, your heated seats, even some functions of your car, like shifting. Now we're in this weird push-pull where we push against distracted driving by having cops everywhere, ticketing people for using their phones, but then we pull away by having these screens that have literally everything on them. So maybe we don't suck at driving, we're just distracted. There's this idea that whenever people get behind the wheel, they become more aggressive, they become more hostile, they become more impatient. But maybe it's not the driving that changes people, but rather it's revealing what's already boiling underneath the surface. Think about it. Modern life makes it so easy for us to be frustrated. We eat bad food, we get bad sleep, we sit in bad traffic. This makes it super easy to express our internal rage out onto the streets. Driving becomes like this little arena where people just take their frustrations out on other people. And why, you may ask? It's because cars give us this illusion of anonymity.
Bruh.
You're in your own little bubble. No eye contact, no accountability. This makes it feel like a safe space to do all these hateful things. The truth is, road rage isn't a driving problem, it's a people problem. Pent-up rage creates angry people, which in turn creates bad driving. Anger is the paint, the roads are the canvas, and you're the artist.
That was a bar!
While I think all the points I made are entirely true, I think the last one really sums it up properly. Driving is an expression of how we feel on the inside. And considering the average human spends 300 hours a year on the road, that's quite a lot of time for expression. It's not that people forgot how to drive, it's that we've made driving a reflection of everything else going wrong in our lives. So maybe instead of watching dumb tier list videos to become a better driver, why don't you fix your life off the road? Get better sleep, eat better food, practice being selfless and patient, and then maybe, just maybe, a natural consequence of all that will be being a better driver. Stay safe out there.